Hey everybody, Josh here, Crypto News and Reviews. Just want to do a quick little video on something that I'm really liking out there at the moment. Something I read about that I am happy to bring you guys a story on. So we all know the story. I did a review on it earlier, not a review on it, but I covered it earlier today. Cryptocurrency startup LoopX just disappears. $4.5 million gone, right? They took 276 Bitcoins, 2,446 Ethereum, and this is what their website looks like now. So anybody who invested in them, $4.5 million is gone. All right, that sucks. Sucks if you're in on it. Sucks if you're planning on their technology. Again, they were a trading bot algorithm thing, so they were shady to begin with, but nonetheless, they had Telegram, they had Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. So it's the Wild West out there, and we need to regulate ourselves, all right? So how can we possibly regulate ourselves in a world like the Wild West, right? What we need is self-regulation, a way to protect ourselves as investors. And I think this is a great idea. So Vitalik, of course, from Ethereum fame, has introduced the DAICO, right? And you may have heard of this. If you have, fantastic. If not, I'm going to go over what a DAICO is. So obviously, it's initial coin offering mixed with a decentralized autonomous organization. Now, the idea behind a DAICO is it protects the investors and gives motivation to the team behind the ICO, right? So basically, the idea was put forth by Vitalik just about a month ago to make ICOs more secure by involving investors in the initial project development. It will further enable token holders to vote for the refund or the contributed funds if they're not happy with the progress of developers. So basically, you have a say from the very get-go of the project. If you don't like the direction, you put your money up, you have a percentage vote in that ICO. And if the developers aren't doing what you like them, what you think they should be doing, or you don't think they're making progress, you have the right to withdraw money. But there's something else there. You also have, it's the tap mechanism. You have the ability to open a stream of flow to them as well. So if you do like their progress that they're making, you can vote to release 1% of the funds raised, maybe 10% of the funds raised. If they're doing a fantastic job, maybe you release 50% of the funds raised. This is all done by ICO investor voting, okay? So basically, the investors control the funds. The funds are held by in a smart contract, and they are slowly released to the developers as progress is made. They show good progress, you can open it up a little bit more, start giving them a little more money. I think it's a fantastic idea. I think this is a good way for us to implement regulation without having to worry about the SEC or government regulation. Because the problem is every government's going to want to regulate these differently, ICOs, right? This is a way for us universally as crypto investors to control ICO projects from the very get-go. You'll want to see updates, reports. That way a team can't just take all the money and run. They don't have access to all the money. They don't have access to any money until you see progress and you decide to release some of that money to them. So how's it different from an ICO? With an ICO, once the token sale finishes, developers have complete access to all the contributed funds. They have to calculate in advance how much it's necessary to produce a minimum viable product. So that's another thing. As the spigot opens, they can raise more money, and it's slowly released to them on voter-based from the ICO. So again, you're checking your GitHub, you're seeing the progress of the project, and you as the investor get to release the funds when necessary, rather than just giving them all up front and hoping that something comes of it, right? Like we're doing right now. 100% of ICOs right now are not on this system. They are not on, you give your money to these people that are building the technology, they have it, they don't have to do anything with it, and that's all in their terms and conditions. So with this, you're limiting the scams out there, right? This is a way for us to police, for us to regulate ourselves, which is kind of the goal of cryptocurrency, right? We don't want government intervention. We want to be able to govern our own purposes. And this is a way for us to do it. This is, again, the genius of Vitalik coming through in this field. They're thinking about this. So there are a couple challenges. So if you're in the minority of voting and you don't want to release the funds, too bad. It's going to be released by the majority. And as more people come in, the majority, obviously, you're going to need more people to fall into that 51% of the voting. So the first one, if you even right here on crypto, let's go to CoinMarketCap. Here we go. Look at this. The Abyss is the first DAICO in the world. And they're launching in March. So this is the first one that is actually safe to invest in. That you can put money into this ICO and you'll have a voting right and be able to control it. So so far they got 62,000 people signed up for it. And those 62,000 people will be able to vote on if they release funds to the team or not. So I think this is the way that we can protect ourselves with ICOs, guys. This one starts March 7th, 2018. If you're interested, I'll put the link in the description below. I think it might be worth taking a look at, even if you don't jump into it, just as an idea for something to look at. All right, if you're looking to get into ICOs, I think this is going to be the way of the future. All right, we don't want this happening, right? We don't want any more Lupex. We don't want any more companies just to poof disappear overnight with $4.5 million. If it was in this platform, they couldn't. They wouldn't have any. They'd have to show you that they're progressing with something, that they actually have product, and that they're developing a product, and that there's a workable product. And I think a lot of these, honestly, unfortunately, where is it here? Let's go back to this. Unfortunately, I think a lot of these coins, maybe not in the top 20 necessarily, but once you get out of the top 20, there's a lot of these coins that have promises of great stuff and promises of a future, but there's nobody to police that. There's nobody to make sure they do anything. There's nothing to say that these companies can't just disappear tomorrow and just take all that money with them. There's no regulation on that. I think that with a DAICO, we have finally the ability as the investor to take some control back from the tech guys that are, well, disappearing with our money. So tell me what you guys think below. Would you be more apt to invest in an ICO if it had this on there? I know I would be. I know I've been very hesitant to get involved with ICOs. I've backed a couple, and fortunately I have my coins. Whether the tech comes of those or not, we don't know. But I think with this, there's a chance that we do finally see some accountability from the developer side, right? And that's what we need more of in this crazy world of ours. So tell me what you think below. Again, we're doing the Litecoin giveaway. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, one Litecoin. As subscribers join, I am copying and pasting your name into my database. Once I get 1,000 in there, I'm just going to hit a random generator. Whoever pops up at the top, I'm going to give them a private chat, get their Litecoin address, and pop them over one full Litecoin. All right, that's 1,000 subscribers, one Litecoin giveaway. So subscribe below, share this with your friends, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, and tell me what you think of DAIOC. Too many letters in there. DAICO. I think it's a great idea. I think it's the way we need to move forward with ICOs. And I think this will get governments off our back a little bit too if we start showing that we can regulate ourselves in a legitimate way, right, guys? So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below, and we'll talk to you soon.